Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for an all new episode recap of today's Days of Our Lives, February 3rd, 2025. We are in a new month and we're starting off with drama with Jada's wedding, or it didn't even get to that point because of this whole reveal of, Jada being a quote unquote bad cop because of what Arnold has on her. So anyways, he got a text message from EJ to, go for it with instructions, and he said that he can't marry her, and she's saying like, what's the meaning of this? Like, what's really going on? So he said that, he found some incriminating evidence and also, some files that he got from a detective that owed him a favor. And, turns out that Jada was really abusing her power while he was in a coma. So, of course, Jada is dumbfounded because Jada said she's been acting like a good cop thus far. So everybody's there in shock, like wondering what is going on. So anyways, he said that he didn't mean to bring it up like this. He, had the bachelor party. He was going through with good vibrations, but then he got the text and then he realized he couldn't proceed to marry Jada. So he tells her that it's about the case with Sloan Peterson. It turns out that he was actually digging up dirt on her. And she said, why would you do that? So he's like, it's EJ Demira, and, I just wanted to just get the money to pay for the wedding surprise, the catering, whatever, and also to stick it to EJ to just prove to him that, he was wrong about you, and, it would be 2 wins, right? So it didn't turn out that way, and you just feel bad that he's bringing this up to her in front of everybody at their wedding. So Stephanie comes in, and Stephanie's like, I can't believe this. I don't think Jada would do any of this. And Paulina said, like, explain this, Rafe, like, reputation is on the line. Like, what's really going on? So he said that, somebody at the police station is supposed to have the file now. And that is when we see Sean coming, right? So Sean comes in with the bearer of bad news vibe, right? And he has the file, and he said that, unfortunately, I didn't really look in depth into everything, but from what I see highlighted, it shows that Jada was unscrupulous in terms of in terms of some warrants and, some case files that were previously open when Rafe was in a coma. So it showed and proved that Jada was really acting like a rogue cop, even to really at the state of her being commissioner and stuff. And she said that she would not abuse the police force like that. She would not do that to be commissioner. And she was, adamant that she's innocent of all this. So Paulina, she asked Sean to let her see the file, but Paulina grabbed it and said, I think it's best you don't put your hands on this because I need to really look through this thoroughly and we need to handle this at the station. So she tells Sean to bring her down, and she said, is this really necessary? And Stephanie's like, can't it wait a little bit, let her get out of her wedding dress at least? So Paulina said, the quicker we get this sorted out, the better it will be for Jada and everybody involved, right? So she's just looking to save face as usual, so she doesn't care. So Sean brings her down, and Jada just gives Rafe this look like how could you do this? And Rafe is just there. He's trying to act all sad and sorrowful, but he had that little disgusting smirk. Arnold had this little disgusting smirk on him, and I'm like, he does not care. He just doing what he's supposed to do to get that check. So when most of everybody left the procession, right, Gabby comes over to Rafe and saying, like, what was all that? Like, why would you put Jada through this? And he said that I didn't really mean to. It's just that I have got this information and I just had to do it. And Gabby saying, why did you even work for EJ Demira? Like, I told you that it would just cause a lot of hurt and pain. And he said, I didn't know it was going to result in this. So she said, we need to go home and talk about this. So he said, I can't talk about this now. I just lost my bride. Like, it's not really a good day. So she said, oh, so you're in a mood? So he said, yeah, I need to figure things out. So I can't come home right now. So she said, okay. Well, we'll talk about this later. I don't know why Gabby has this demanding thing about her. Like, she feel like it's her way or the highway. But no, girl, it doesn't work like that. Just go on about your business. So Rafe is acting, playing the part as a sorrowful fiance, sorry that everything went out. He's not marrying Jada, yada, yada, yada. And Javi comes up and Javi said, are you okay? He said, do I look okay? I just lost the love of my life and the wedding not going through. And, I can't believe that my fiance, just really lied her way to get my job. So Javi saying like, you have no moral right to really judge it at this point. Like, you cheated on her with exotic dancer the night before. And he said like, yeah, come to think of it, you was gonna really reveal the secret to Jada earlier. And Leo said that that wasn't him, that was me. And he said like, why would you tell this creep my business? I thought we were all about bro code and all of that. So Javi said that he had to tell somebody. It was eating him up and the bachelor party was over, so he had to tell somebody. So it's like, anyways, whatever. Like, I need some time to really clear my head and figure out what's the next step to do, right? So Kayla, Steve, and Stephanie, they go to the pub talking about the aftermath of what happened earlier at Jada's wedding. And, Stephanie can't believe that it really turned out like that. And she believes that Jada did not do any of those crimes or what she's accused of. And you just can't believe that Rafe really would just, sabotage her like that and really hurt her by revealing those things at the weddings. And Steve said he's been acting real strange lately. But, the more and more I think about it, the more I feel as if, we need to look into the source of this, who sent the file, and, what Jada's accused of. And, we need to also look into EJ because it has his whole, grimy hands on it. And, like I said, Steve needs to go and work for the police force. But then again, he's too good for the police force because he always figures out things really quickly, right? So earlier, before all the commotion went down and Sean went to the wedding, right, to serve Jada some papers or whatever, he was talking with Belle. And again, of course, the last time they interacted was when he came to Marlena's house and saw Belle in a robe and EJ, after they did their whole walk of shame kind of thing, right? So, she asked him how was the bachelor party, and because earlier they were coming from a case. Remember, Sean couldn't go to the wedding, and he actually was representing Belle on trial, just him and JJ, right? So they come back and she's thankful for all that, and they talk about the wedding. She says she's sorry that he, couldn't go to the wedding. So he said, duty calls, it is what it is. So he was in that kind of mood already. Again, I don't see why he's in a mood, because they are divorced. They can do what they want or whomever they want with. So he tells her about the whole thing with Chanel and how, Chanel was really drunk and he ended up finding her at the bar and she threw herself at him. And she's surprised, but she understands that, Chanel is drunk and all that, right? So she asks Sean, which I think is none of her business what happens, because, again, they're divorced. She asks him if they slept together. So he said, no, we didn't, unlike you and EJ. So she said, come on, I'm sorry about what you walked and see, and I didn't expect that you were gonna be there. So I said, it's fine, I shouldn't have brought it up. Like, it's none of my business. Like, we are freshly and newly divorced, so it doesn't matter who you're with. So she said, it seems as if you have more to say, so just say it. So he said, of all the guys, I think you'd have better taste. So yet again, another dig. So he's like, EJ the mirror is scum and you can do way better. So she said, I thought we weren't going to do this and put our sexual partners out there on blast. Like, I didn't expect that. So he apologizes for, bringing that up. And he said that he would mind his business, she can do whatever she wants, right? So speaking of doing whatever she wants, right, she comes over to the Mirror Mansion. Again, nobody's at the door to welcome people in or screen people before coming in. And this is supposed to be a multi-million-dollar mansion. But anyways, EJ was on the phone earlier just checking to see if Arnold went through with instructions, and he's hoping, that everything went smoothly because he already did his part. So Belle comes in and, EJ surprised to see that, surprised that she would come yet again in the same day, because they not too long were in bed together at Marlena's place. So she said that it's not about that. I just had a run-in with Sean, and he was there representing me at the case trial, and he said, I presume you won. So she said, yeah, naturally. So she talks about the whole run-in with Sean and how Sean thinks that they're not good for each other. And he said, I know how awkward it was when he saw the two of us. She said, yeah. And she said that, listen, we need to redefine our relationship status. So he said, relationship? She said, not that we have a relationship, but a lot of people are gonna know about this at some point, and I just really want to know what this is. So she's worried about how Samantha feels, and he said that bridges sailed the first time we did that. I was worried because I still had a thing for Samantha, but not anymore. I don't care what she want to do, you shouldn't care either. So she said, yeah, you're right. So she agrees that she shouldn't care what Sammy thinks, right? So she just wants to be prepared for anything that she might do. So anyway, she said that this is probably not a good idea for us to keep seeing each other, and EJ was trying to charm her, and she was definitely not resisting it, because even though she was saying it's never gonna happen, there she is kissing him. And he said, should we go upstairs? So she said, let's go before I change my mind. So he said, let's go. So they went again in his bedroom, this time where nobody should come in and barge in, and they did it again. So after they did it, he was checking his phone because he got an alert, and it was from Arnold that said the job is done and Jada is at the Salem PD. So she said, you got happy news? So I said, yeah, because at first he was saying it was checking on the staff and all that, right? Oh, EJ. Jada is also brought to the force. Before I forget, Jada was brought to the force, and she can't believe she's been hauled down there. She can't believe Rafe would do that to her. And Paulina said, we just have to do it by the book. I do think that you're an upstanding cop, but we just have to follow protocol. And Sean is going to take you for questioning and all that, right? She said, at this point, could this day get any worse, right? I feel it for Jada, just hoping that things can definitely be resolved. But that was today's episode, guys. Nothing more to it. Tell me what you think in today's episode in the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.